Good morning, troops. Another day, another river, and the clock is ticking. Last week of the season. As you can see, I'm not in Scotland. The windscreen needed repairing. Got all that done. Started loading the car up. The wife phones. Gearbox on her car's gone. So, you know, we live in a rural location, so you can't bugger off for a couple of days and leave the wife without a car. So scratching around this morning, doing a few chores for the missus. We're out, we're fishing. It's 11 o'clock. I had my beady eyes on this swim for 3 or 4 seasons and I've never fished it. I've always fancied it big time, but I didn't want to open it up and then not be able to get in it. So I've opened it up this morning, last week of the season. You think, well, your time's of the essence, Mark. What are you playing at? And that's true, but I don't normally fish the last week on the rivers. I've normally have had my rods packed up by about the 8th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th at the latest. I've normally got them rods packed away and looking to other species. But obviously with the Scottish trip being cancelled, I'm going to fish here today. I'm going to fish a drain tomorrow. That'll probably be done for the pike fishing. I might try and get out either the 14th or the 13th and do a bit of roach fishing on another river, but maybe not. All depends what the wife wants running around, you know. Can't be selfish. Don't know how long the car's going to be. And the mechanic is typical. Mechanic's fully booked up this week, so, but you know it's like, troops. You trust a mechanic, you use them all the time. You ain't going to go to anyone else. So we're fishing 3 rods. Whew, you can hear I'm out of breath. I've chopped all that down, opened this swim up, 3 rods. It's very, very precarious there though at the front. You see me putting a load of reeds down, laying them down. That's to enable me to actually even just stand on the bank here. It's very muddy, very, you know, you sink right in. So I've got to be careful, but I'm not going to do too much disturbance. I'm here, I'm fishing, a swim I've always fancied. Does the gamble pay off or not? There's only one way to find out, troops. Welcome back to the channel. Let's see if we can catch some pike. 70% of you that are watching my videos that are not subscribed to the channel, don't cost you anything. Just hit that subscribe button. Bottom right hand corner, you'll see the green logo. Just click on that. If you're watching on your TV, just arrow down. You see the menu come up. You go along to the subscribe sign and just click on it. Doesn't cost anything. You won't get annoyed. Just means that when I put a video out, it'll be on your timeline. And just because the pike fishing season is slowly, well, rapidly coming to an end, we'll still be out fishing for other species. Come on, troops, let's catch some fish. Well, the Secret Swim has produced a jack to the paternostered roach. We're off the mark. Oh, very lively. We'll get him back. He's a clean fish. A little bit of an old scar on his flank from years ago, but lovely job. Let's get this one back. Let's see if we can catch what we're after. Some big uns. Here, we're off the mark. Well, we're off the mark. Paternostered roach. There's the drop. 3 foot, 2.5 foot, 18-inch paternoster, sliding float. Roach was the killer bait. Let's get it out there. Let's catch some more. Hopefully some bigger ones. Well, troops, been fishing for 3 hours and we had the one fish. So it's not been a howling success yet, but it's only 3 hours. I called it a secret swim earlier. That's not really correct, is it? It's more of a virgin swim. It's, you know, it's somewhere that's never been fished before. Got about 50 metres of reed, and there's no swim at all. So I've cut a hole in the reed line. So I'm fishing virgin water, really. So there won't be any bait ever going in here, but at the same time, I have seen fish moving along here on my walks in the evening and stuff, so there's definitely fish action here. Whether one afternoon session at the end of the season is enough to unlock its potential, I don't know, but I was hoping for an instant hit on a big fish, but of course. Well, I mean, we've had a jack, and it's so the season's hurtling downhill fast. So I just had a cast now with a fresh bait on, mackerel, and it come off the hook straight away, and I wasn't happy with it at the start because where it's been pre-packed, the tails have all been cut off, these baits. I don't like that. I like a tail there. I think the tail at the base, the whole tail complete, helps them trebles hold on, dig in for the cast, and all the baits in it have had their tails cut off. So I'm not happy about that at all. Don't like that. That's me moan. It's a beautiful afternoon. It's a bit cold. That wind's cold. It's a northerly wind. I'm hunkered down in the reed line, so I'm hoping we get a few fish this evening before it gets dark. I'm going to fish probably an hour into darkness, I think, with such a late start and the season coming to an end pretty damn quick. Might as well give myself every opportunity to catch. But at the moment, like I say, we've had the one jack on the paternostered roach. I've got to juggle things around. I've never fished it before. I don't think anyone has, and I've noticed 20 metres out there's a load of weeds, big weed bed right in front of me, runs right along the swim. So if you don't get your rod up pretty high, you get caught on it. I've lost the bait in there, reeling in. The right hand side, I had a running ledger down the right hand side. Obviously with a running ledger, the line is going through the water. And on the retrieve a couple of times, I felt a lot of snags, a lot of tree roots coming out. There is a tree down on my right hand side. It doesn't look that big, but there's more than one tree there. And obviously their roots are going out quite far. So I don't want to lose any gear down there. Not a baited hook or anything like that. So I've stuck my running ledger in the middle and my static dead on the float on the right for now. I might have another move around in a minute and put the running leisure down the left hand side. I might move that static dead back into the middle and then put my paternoster out on the right. You know, you've got to keep trying different things, swapping the baits around, depths, lengths, widths, heights, every which way. Search the water out, but obviously the more you search the water out, the more you find out about the swim. So I'm noticing there's a few snags down on that right hand side, which I don't fish snags. You know, I don't see the point. Why risk it? So I might stick that running leisure down on the left now, because where I'm bringing it in, it's hitting that weed bed out there, and I'm losing bait. But with a float, the float doesn't go through the water. Your line is virtually on the surface or just under the surface, and then your line from your float to your bait goes straight down. So as soon as you reel in, you're bringing it up quick. So I might stick my float back out in the middle and say the running leisure down the left hand side. So something worth thinking about. You know, when you're fishing new swims, you always, the longer you fish it, the more you find out about it. But so we're not gonna have that many hours. It's about 3 o'clock now, 3:30. So you know, it's 6:30, it's dark. So I'm gonna fish to 7:30 maybe, 7 o'clock, 7:30. So it only gives me 4 hours fishing. We've had the one, let's have some more. Hey, another one. Took us a while, it's a bit cold, but we've got the second one. Static dead, leisured. Cut myself as always. Oh, it's a nice fish. Alright, calm down. Treble's done me fun. So there it is, what a beauty. We'll get her back. She's a nice double, a great fish, but we want better. Woohoo! Let's get her back. Get some cold water on this cut as well. Got a little bit of a growth in her mouth, but she's okay. That's my blood, you can see. Morning, girl. There she goes, healthy, wealthy and wise. Well, that was a better fish, weren't it? We're into the doubles now. Let's hope they increase in size. Blood everywhere. It's one of those things. If part and parcel of pike fishing. You can go all season without a single cut, and all of a sudden you can get them all the time. What happened was, that big girl thrashed just as I was about to pick her up. The treble, luckily it was the barbless part of the treble, went into my thumb and ripped it a bit. But I always carry antiseptic cream and plasters, so plenty of claret there. Bandaged it up, we're all good to go. That was on a static dead, that was half a herring down the left hand margin where I had the jack on a paternostered roach. Got a reed bed runs along, and there's a clump of them come out in a point, and I'm fishing just off the point. And that's two fish from that spot, one from a paternoster, which was a jack, and one from the static dead, half a herring. Nice double, nice fish to get. Let's hope this ended it this closing week. Disappointment of not going to Scotland. Expensive cars to fix, two of them. But we're catching fish, got a smile on their face. All's good with the world. Let's crack on, let's catch some more. And another one. I'm hoping that this is where they come at night. Oh, it's a decent fish. Oh! Morning troops. No, we haven't stayed all night. We've been home, had a bit of chili con carne, a few hours sleep, and we're back at first light. We had one lovely fish out yesterday, and we lost a good fish and a jack. So now I'm back in. I disturbed that swim yesterday by cutting it all out and getting it all prepped. So I would have spooked any big fish away, I think. That's why I had to jack more or less straight away, and the big fish towards the end of the day as the light levels were dropping. So the big fish came back in after the disturbance. That's what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking today, creep up first light, no disturbance, secret squirrel, get them baits out and see what happens. So all three rods are in, exactly the same methods as yesterday. Difference is the running ledger, I have half a herring, but it's the head section. Almost out of herrings completely, so I'm using the head sections I keep. Middle rods are a little bluey, and the right hand rod's a paternostered brooch. I've got smelt, I've got mackerel, I've got some bigger roach, got a few sardines and stuff. So just get the rods out quick, see what's about, and then assess the situation. You know, yesterday we got to know the swim quite well, the underwater features, etc. So I pretty much know where to put my baits to avoid any snags and reed beds. Obviously I just want to fish just in front of the reed bed or just behind it. As I say, it's about 20 metres out. So I'm just maybe, yeah, about 15 to 20 metres out. So I want to fish either side of it. I want to either fish in front of it or behind it, with my static dead in the middle. That's going to just plop either side of it. The right hand rod is my paternostered brooch, as I said, so just as long as I keep that away from the snags on the right hand, tight right hand margin, that should be okay. And the running ledger was just performing great yesterday. There was no issues there to that left hand margin, so we're up and running. Let's see if we can catch them. This is it, this is the last one, Let's see if we can nab a monster. Let's crack on. Thanks for coming back. Off the mark. Took a little while. Old favourite, I've had her before a few times, can tell by her scabby scales. I won't weigh her. She always obliges, she gets caught quite a lot. Sadly, she's not putting on any weight. There's her big mouth, there's the fins. We'll get her back, see if we can catch something bigger. Well, troop, me early morning summing up is so far not what I was expecting really. I normally do a 10 o'clock update, it's about 9:30 now. I was expecting the way the swim was performing last night to be sat here saying, "Whey, we've done this, we've done that," and it hasn't happened, it hasn't materialised. We've had a double, but action was very, very hard to come by. I was expecting a few fish this morning. Keep looking at their floats. I was expecting a few fish this morning to finish off the season. I was really hoping it was going to be a fill your boots session. It still might be, but we've had one abortive run on a mini bluey. Nothing materialised with that, and where we had an electric run from that double. It caught me on the hob a bit, so I didn't get great footage of it, the run and playing it, but you know, it's early, you know, I can't write off the session on a swim just yet, but I was hoping saying, here we go, look at this. So here's a few of this winter's highlights. There's some cracking fish there, weren't there? I mean, it ain't been too shabby, but you know, I was hoping to end the season with a bang. It still might, you know, we still might. It's intermittent showers at the moment. Got that northerly wind. Those few days of hot weather could have put them in spawning mode and they could be heading off to shallower waters, so we'll see how we go. But at the moment, I'm not too disheartened. You know what I mean? We've had a double. I mean, you can't, you know, a lot of people are struggling to catch fish at the moment, so at least we've had a double, but we want more. We're greedy. Let's crack on. Biggest mackerel I had in the bag. Good 6 inches, well, good 6 inches to 8 inches long. Thick as anything. Roars off, and I mean roared off. I thought, here we go. Look at her. Hardly the monster we've been after. Took the biggest bait in my bag and it swallowed it down. This has come off on the thing, but yeah, little bubba, done me like a kipper, but a fish is a fish. Let's get it back, get bait back out there, see if we can catch some more. Woe is me. Got one just as we was packing up. Not big, we don't feel big, not putting up much of a fight. Keeping low now. Jack. Putting up a fight though, the little devil. Well, I was just packing the gear up. I was just about to reel in the centre rod and the old left hand rod went. Another baby, another jack. They're getting smaller. Instead of the monsters are after, we're catching bait. Let's get this one back, and then I'll slowly pack up this rod, and we'll try on a drain tomorrow morning. Here we go, 6:15, mid-March, end of the river season. It all boils down to this session. We've had 2 days on the, well, day and a half on the river. Had a nice double the first day, lost one. Second day was slim pickings, we had 2 jacks and a double. Long hard day. A virgin swim I thought might produce. My gamble backfired big style. So this is the season, crunch time. We're on a drain. We're hoping for one last hurrah, go out of a bang. This winter, we've had 3 20s. Are we gonna make it a magical 30? I'll be happy with anything. Always happy catching fish. But the target is a monster pike, and it hasn't produced one yet this winter. So the 3 20s have all been low 20s. It's supposed to be a cold northerly wind this morning. Showers on and off all day. Are we gonna make it pay? It's all the effort equals reward mantra. As I said before, it doesn't always. We're not on the session you're on. But this is it. 0 hour. Crunch time. Well, good morning, troops. As you can hear, dawn chorus is back with a bang. Didn't get much of a dawn chorus during the winter, but the last week or so, it's really kicked in properly. You know, fantastic sounds in the morning. But we're not after fantastic sounds, I say. You know, the clock, as I said in the build-up to this little segment, the clock is ticking. You know, we've been on the river a couple of days, had some fish, had a nice double. But that virgin swim I cut out, I really had a hunch about it, but it didn't pay off. But oh, that's the way it goes. You know, you've got to crack on. Spilt milk under the bridge. So it's beautiful morning. The water looks horrible. It really does look horrible. There's no flow to it at all. They're obviously backfilling it up now. Winter's over. They're backfilling it up a bit to its summer level. And yeah, there's a film of gunk all across the surface. It's not a breath of wind though. You know, I said it was going to be a brisk northerly today, a bit cold, but at the moment it's still as anything. You know, so it's boost or bust. We're gonna so my original plan was to give it till midday. That's probably still going to be my plan, but with all plans they're fluid. You know, if I'm catching, I'm having a great time, I won't be packing up. But you know, if I'm blanking by midday, then that could be the end of the season for me on the rivers. As I always keep saying, I don't stop fishing. I'll carry on all year, you know what I mean, all different species. So keep tuning in every Monday at 6 o'clock and we'll have some action. But we want some pike action. You know, we've had 3 20s this winter. 1 from this drain, 2 from the river. All 3 different fish, so it ain't been the same fish captured, you know what I mean? So it's and maybe next winter I'm gonna pioneer a few new stretches, I think, you know, and venues. Pike up my way under a lot of pressure. And you know, I like to move around. I like the challenge of trying to find uncaught fish, untapped potential. That's what I really like. You know, that's why, you know, a lot of people say to me, why don't you fish this reservoir or that lake or this gravel pit? I'm not interested in really capturing pike that are in a big aquarium. As far as, and I'm not knocking anyone else, it's just the way I feel about it. I know I've fished the locks and they're huge, the locks, so they, you know, there could be fish in them waterways that have never been caught. Same with some of the big reservoirs, but my locks is my holiday, my rest from my serious piking. And my serious piking is rivers and drains. I love it, and not so much these days, but there's still the potential for unknown fish. You know, I don't want to catch Bert the pike that you catch from swim 6 every year on the 5th of January on a sardine. I don't want that. I'm quite happy to, you know, it's hard to explain. It's always, you know, when the guys who were catching a huge pike from Norfolk and Cambridgeshire in the 70s, you know, they were catching 30-40 pound pike out of rivers and drains. That's what I grew up with, and I can't shake it. That's what I love. Never going to catch a 40 out of a river or a drain now. You know, those days are gone. Maybe the Broads could throw one up, but, or the Thames maybe, but other than that, it's not really ever going to happen. 30s are still possible. So that's where we're here today. We're on a big monster pike hunt, as always. The clock's ticking. It's good. Make or break the season. But I've had a great time this season. I've caught some lovely fish. Hopefully we're going to top it off. Stay tuned right to the end, troops. You never know what's going to happen. As you can tell with Moose Swims, it was diabolical down there. You know, the floating stuff. Ooh, the floating stuff was caught between, the wind's coming behind me, and I was sheltered there from the wind. That's why I hardly could swim. But what's happening is the wind's finding its natural route, and it's coming from the left and the right on the water, not where I was sitting, on the water. So all that floating gunk was just going and the baits were coming back covered in it, you know, black and horrible and gooey. So I've had it, sod it. You know, it's almost the end of the season. I can't hang around waiting for conditions to improve. So I've come to another swim, and hopefully we'll make this pay. Let's crack on, let's catch some fish. Well, we've been in a swim 10 minutes, paternostered roach. And the part of the swim I fancied, just by that tree there. It's not a huge fish, but we're off the mark. That's the most important thing. I wasn't confident in the other swim. Here we go, it's only a jack, but, well, catching fish this week has not been a problem, has it? Very cold. Another jack, but we're off the mark. 15 minutes after moving. We'll get this lovely little fish back. Crack on. We've got to catch some big fish. Hopefully this little male has been hanging around a big female. Let's get it back. Decent fish. Is it? Or is it just a great fighter? Oh, lively. That's a little one. The landing net got caught in the mud. Come on, you. Well, as I said, we've got to change that things up. Put the paternoster over to the left. Same result. 15 minutes. And same size. Another jack falling to the paternostered roach. It's not what we're after, but they keep coming, I'll keep catching. Let's get this one back and then we'll endeavour, I keep saying it, to catch something bigger. Let's get her back, or him. Whoa. Paternoster again. Feels like a jack again though, so yeah, another jack. Lively. These jacks are lively. That's a nice green colour, that one. Number 3. Again, paternostered roach. Again, a jack. Different colour altogether. A lovely green fish, this one. Beautiful deep greens on it. Lovely tail. We'll get her back, or him. See if there's any more around. the jacks are out and they're having the paternosters, but better than sitting here doing nothing. So until the big girls come, I'm quite happy to catch them. There it is. Yeah, it's like horizontal rain. Well, the season's closing in on us now. You know, I said I was going to pack up midday. It's been hailstones, horizontal rain since midday, so I weren't going to pack up in the wet and get soaked. The season's almost, yeah, as I say, it's almost coming to an end, troops. So you know, it's that's only the river season though. I'll still be fishing, don't worry. I go out every week. I'll set the channel up as a weekly angling journal. It's just that I do predominantly pike fishing from October through to March, because I fish the rivers, all drains all the time. That's my passion. But the rest of the season, rest of the calendar year, I'm out every week. But we haven't got what we wanted. You know, I've had some nice 20s, had some nice doubles this winter. My season sort of got scuppered a little bit with the dredging of the middle level. I was planning to do a hell of a lot of hours on there this winter. Couldn't do it. Obviously, I'm not. You know, if they're dredging the river, what, you know, there's no point fishing it while they're dredging it. So that put a kibosh on my plans, really. But you know, there's plenty of waters to go at in this neck of the woods. Different venues. Got to try and hunt down some bigger fish. But with them, I know where to go if I need to catch fish on there, and I know where there's some big fish on there. It's just getting them on the bank, that's all. I don't go to beaten track. I like to fish my own little stretches. But you know, we've had some good fish. We've had some cracking days. It's just a shame. I mean, this week we've caught fish every session. We have not, you know, very few blanks this winter, which I was really pleased with, because you know, you're fishing all winter, you're gonna blank. It's just part and parcel of pike fishing, especially on the rivers and drains. And we've had a reasonably good return. So what do? I'm not going to pack up. I'm gonna fish it out. You know what I mean? It's we've had 3 fish in 4 hours on this swim. They've all been jacks, but doesn't mean the big girl is not just around the corner, does it? So I'll stick it out till it gets dark. Will the season go? Or will it go? I don't know. But thanks for joining me throughout. Don't stop viewing if you think the river season's over and that's it. No, we'll be out catching plenty, hopefully. Put a smile on your face, some beautiful scenery, Mother Nature at its best, and a little bit of fishing to go with it. Let's crack on, let's catch some pike. That's it, troop. So I thought that moon shining on me would bring me a whacker in the last few minutes, but it hasn't. I'm going to go down now, pack in that last rod. It's been a cracking season. We've had 320s, loads and loads of doubles, not many blanks. It's been a great little winter, but it's only the start of the year. Spring is here, and the attention will turn to roach, rudd, tench, eels, carp, catfish. If it swims, I'll be fishing for it every week. So make sure you stay tuned every Monday 6 o'clock. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. 70% of the viewers are not subscribed. We'll endeavour to bring you some decent fish on the bank. Come along, enjoy the countryside, enjoy the nature, enjoy the fishing. Thanks very much for watching, troops. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you on the bank real soon.